The legendary female golfer Nelly Korda is finally in her element again. 2022 was a challenging year for the professional golfer, but she's come back roaring to reclaim her #1 spot. But it didn't come easy. In today's video, we'll look at why the pro golfer was in tears after returning to world #1 and how uncertain she was about it happening again. Let's dive right in, starting with Nelly Korda's stunning victory. After a year of ups and downs, Nelly Korda finally managed to bag her incredible win on the LPGA Tour in 12 months at the Pelican Women's Championship at the Pelican Golf Club in Florida. Korda won by one shot after carding a 6 under 64, successfully fending her opponent and defending her title. But it was a heartache for the runner-up Lexi Thompson. She had also lost in a playoff to Korda in the same competition in 2021. Talk about tough luck. Nelly won the tournament in a one-shot victory after shooting a 6 under 64. She finished the championship 14 under 196, just one shot ahead of Lexi Thompson, and hit 7 birdies in the final round. The tournament was cut short to 54 holes due to Hurricane Nicole, but Korda showed her worth once more. Although she described the experience as a roller coaster, she acknowledged that life's ups and downs are inevitable. The 24-year-old has reclaimed the world's #1 spot.
And regaining that world #1 ranking is really special as well. I know that I've heard somewhere that it's a really tight race.
After Atthaya Titicool became just the second golfer from Thailand to top the Rolex rankings at the end of October. She was also only the second player in history to hit this milestone before turning 20. Korda was ranked first at the beginning of the year, but a blood clot in her left arm forced her to take 4 months off. She's now an 8-time winner on the tour. The Olympic gold medalist moved up to 15th in the CME Globe Race. The CME Group Tour Championship will end this week at Florida's Tiburon Golf Club with a $7 million prize pool. Let's look at what Korda had to say about the victory. Korda sobbed and cried her heart out after this important victory. She spoke about the challenges she has faced this year, and she was so happy that tears streamed down her cheeks while she talked to the media. A reporter questioned the champion about how she felt after winning the championship, and it was an overwhelming moment for Korda as she already had tears in her eyes. Now, we all know she's had a challenging year, so winning was a great way to reclaim the top spot, something that she desperately needed to break the dry spell.
Super excited to win. Haven't won this year, so it feels nice to get a win under my belt.
She expressed her feelings by saying that she felt super happy. It's just been such a roller coaster. I mean, that's life though. I think there have been more downs than ups this year, and I think that's what makes this so much sweeter to me.
It's just been such a roller coaster. I mean, I guess that's life, though.
She added that she didn't think she would win. She thought she didn't have the confidence to win with how her game was going, plus the last 2 LPGA starts that she had. It was a total tear fest, and tears followed her words. Not to mention, she worked super hard for it. The reporter asked about her thoughts once again on holding the top spot as the female golfer competing on the LPGA Tour.
And then you came in to win it that way. I mean, how did you really get going? How did you find that energy?
While still wiping away her tears, the overwhelmed Korda claimed that she had put a lot of effort into getting the victory. Sure, she's had some bad luck in the past, but now she was happy. She claimed to have worked hard during her absence, and it felt good to be back on top. The top-ranked female golfer mentioned that the victory was not easy. She earned her victory pedestal through several weeks of dedication. She maintained her composure and continued to practice despite missing 2 cuts and Arkansas in Dallas. Now that the results are in, her fans couldn't be more thrilled about her victory. Korda continued that she's had a good solid couple of weeks, and she was thinking things step by step, adding that she's had good memories on the golf course. She felt she was home. She was glad and comfortable seeing her parents in the crowd too, which played a huge part.
Due for a big Sunday round, and did they ever put one together?
Korda was also grateful to be sitting in front of the media and participating in the game, and according to her, just being out there competing was good enough. Now, for more on Korda opening up after an emotional win, Nelly Korda used the word grateful 3 times in her 7-minute post-round huddle with reporters after the victory. She used words like, "I appreciate." At one point, she added "scariest" and 2 uncertainties in the presser as well. In case anyone has no clue about her year or has forgotten how her 2022 had been, she pretty much gave them a glimpse of it in the media talk. But those words aren't all that she is. Tack on this, she's a winner, a repeat winner, world #1 once again. Korda was unbeatable at the Pelican Golf Club, where Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, and and Jordan Spieth will play in a few weeks. She started the day 2 shots down and made 1 birdie, and then 7 and 8 and then 10, and soon it was 17 too. There was no stopping her. She truly was in her element. Let's talk about the super scary clot. Korda won the Pelican Women's Championship for a 2nd consecutive year, and with 1 LPGA event this season and only a few weeks left in the entire year, she's also your highest ranked woman, as she was in January. Did you ever imagine this happening when you saw her mid-March Instagram post? That was surely scary. For those who don't remember, she made a post with the caption telling her fans that she was in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida for a photo shoot and a commercial appearance. After her usual morning workout, she noticed that her arm felt as though it was swelling. She visited the emergency room as a precaution after being advised to do so by the doctors, and soon found out that she had a blood clot. Can you imagine the dread that washed over her? Korda then revealed that she received treatment at home to reduce further risks, adding that she'd keep updating her fans on her situation. But the fans knew this was concerning, and of course, so did Korda. This post suggested that she would be missing from action for a while, which she was, but it wasn't just her not playing that worried her fans. It was the fact that she may never perform the way she previously did. We're talking about the world #1 here. There's so much risk. Now for the uncertainties that scared her. Did you foresee another championship win when you read these posts? That's the uncertainty that she spoke about. Even though Korda was recovering, her first photo showed her lying in a hospital bed with her left arm cast, her legs covered by a thermal blanket, and too many intimidating wires. That was enough to confuse the fans, but they probably still believed. Korda was unsure though. She was uncertain. After the Pelican, Beth Ann Nichols of Golf Week started by asking her if she could give us a little insight into when the blood clot ordeal was the scariest part. Korda replied that not knowing about it was perhaps the scariest thing about it. She said everything was uncertain, and she knew that she had a blood clot but was unsure what to do next. She feels like life is predetermined as a golfer. She knows where she's going and what she needs to do next, or at least you would hope so. But when something like this happens, you have no idea what to do next. Finally, how did she get to this point? Of course, we already know how it ends, but even the return, while by no means poor, had felt a little out of character for Nelly. She tied for 8th at her first competition after returning to the U.S. Women's Open in early June. In half of her 8 events this summer, including 2 runners-up, she finished in the top 10. Then in the mid of August, she won an Aramco Team Series event as a part of the Ladies European Tour. Later, Korda missed the cut in the Northwest Arkansas Championship at the end of September. She didn't make the cut in her last competition at the Ascendant a week later, but then she won, like she always does. It's quite admirable that she bounced back from a bad phase, a phase that usually devours a sports person and their career. A phase involving a serious medical condition or injury is worse than a death sentence for pro sportsmen and women, and Nelly knew it. To be crowned the #1 female golfer again,